The Drive with Tim Donnelly here on 99.9 The Fan, live from Charlotte for ACC tip-off ahead of men's basketball season. Joined now right at our little booth here by the head coach of Duke men's basketball, Jon Scheyer. Coach, this is the first year you're coaching, and there's no Flip, there's no Roach, there's no Mitchell. Felt like you guys were kind of growing together as a head coach and players. How is it breaking in some newer faces?
You know, Tim, it's been quite a ride. The first two seasons, now going into year three. I couldn't be more excited. Miss some of those guys big time. I mean, Jeremy, what he's done for our program for 4 years. Mark, his first two, gave us everything he had. And Flip is, shooting 75% from three for the Jazz. But it's a time to take another step. I think we have a really good group. Just have to not skip steps and attack every day here.
This offseason, your guys were kind of all over the world, right? With Malawash at the Olympics, Cooper Flagg with Team USA. Did that make it more difficult to not skip steps and kind of be there for the day-to-day grind?
Yeah, I mean, it's you feel excited for both of them. For Kaman to play in the Olympics at 17 is historic, and that's such a special thing, especially for his country, which the pride that his country felt just seeing South Sudan on the Olympic stage is incredible. Cooper with Team USA, but it was less time together. And so the steps that we have to make, probably didn't make as many in the summer as I would like, but their experiences, I know, were well worth it. They're in the right spot, and we've been able to attack this preseason just going at it full steam ahead.
Jon Scheyer, Duke's head basketball coach, joining us here at ACC Tip-Off. The basketball stuff I'll ask you in a second, but from the media perspective, I can tell you this. Cooper Flagg is really famous. It's, the Team USA select thing kind of took off and obviously, the social media and everything else. Do you prepare him differently because the eyeballs are going to be there?
No, to be honest. I think we understand what comes with Cooper, and he's felt it before. I think it's just a different level, a different stage, different spotlight. Our thing is all about what we can control. So our approach on the daily basis in practice, the way Cooper prepares, we know we're going to have an incredibly difficult schedule to start off the season, which we're excited about. We want to go after it and learn from it and grow. But our approach hasn't been any different just because of the attention or Cooper being famous or whatever may come with that.
You bring up the schedule: Kentucky, Arizona, Kansas in your first 6 games. The Arizona and Kansas games essentially the same weekend. Really, right. It's Friday and Tuesday. We saw recent years there are entire conferences that are electing to not play non-conference games like those. Why is it important that you test your team like that so early?
Well, ultimately, I sat down and we thought as a staff, what's our goal? And our goal is to become the best team possible by the end of the season. And in order to do that, you have to put yourself in some different environments. And so we had the opportunity to play. We obviously were already playing the Champions Classic, but had the opportunity to play Arizona, play a road game, had the opportunity to play Kansas in Vegas. And then you think, well, that's why your guys chose Duke. That's why they want to come here, is to play in these environments, to play against the best competition. And so we're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm excited. And obviously we're preparing for those moments every day. But to me, that's the reason behind it.
They come to Duke to play in those moments. I'm seeing a lot of new faces, and traditionally, you're not the deepest bench guy. You're not rolling the 10, 11-man rotations out there. How has the competition for minutes been with transfers who I assume aren't coming here to sit the bench? A lot of these freshmen had a lot of offers and opportunities elsewhere. How's the minutes kind of battle been?
Well, it's been competitive, and that's what you want, right? And by the way, I don't know many coaches that do play 10 or 11 guys either. Exactly.
I agree.
And so for us, that's part of what comes with coaching a team is you can't play everybody. You can't make everybody happy with all the minutes that you play, but you do want to give an even playing field and give guys the opportunity to earn it. And they've been attacking every day. And naturally, there's separation that occurs, and guys continue to earn their role. But preseason isn't finished. We still have a couple exhibition games. And I do know this. Right now, we have 10 good players that are healthy. Pat, we need to get back healthy and in the mix. He's going to be a key guy for us. But I know it's a good problem to have, and we'll continue to figure that out. But you want that where there's competition.
Yeah, your private jet fuels up a little slowly, right? It's a first world problem. I'm going to ask you the same question I asked last year because it played out well. I don't even want you to confirm or deny if it's a true story,
Sure.
but I love the legend of the 50 made free throws when you were in high school. You wouldn't leave the gym until you made 50 in a row. You made 49. Your dad, your coach are saying, like, just leave. And you're like, no. And you stayed and made the 50th. Last year, I asked you who on the roster is most likely to have that story be about them. And you gave McCain, big shooting year, first round pick later. Makes sense. This year, who's the most likely on the roster? If you learned that story about them, you wouldn't be surprised.
I won't be surprised about Con Knipple. Con is a guy who's
a lot of buzz on Con coming in.
Well, he just has a no BS approach, and he's tough. He obviously can really shoot, but he's terrific. Now, the guy who's taking more shots than anybody this whole summer is Caleb Foster. Caleb has lived in the gym. To be honest with you, we've had to kick him out at times. It's too much what he's doing. But it would not shock me if you said Caleb made 50 free throws in a row, or if he made 500 or whatever the number is, he shot them. And so I'm lucky to. I could give you a few guys that I won't be surprised if they did that.
Caleb Foster, have you ever had the shortest guy in your rotation be 6'5"?
No, this is the first time. I think he's 6'4", but he says he's 6'5", so I'm not sure.
Well, both he and Proctor, I think, went up an inch since last year. So they're late bloomers, I guess.
Exactly. So whether they're 6'4" or 6'5", I think our positional size is a strength. The fact that our guards are bigger, well, why is that important? It's important if they become really good guard rebounders. And if your guards rebound and start your break, great things can happen. And so that's been a big challenge that we've given our guards, is to rebound and start our fast break.
I mentioned the buzz around Con Knipple this preseason. Seems like everybody that gets to see a scrimmage leaves impressed with him. And your choice of him kind of adds up to that. The other thing that's really buzzy, and this might be the media on the outside looking too far into the 15 minutes of practice we're allowed to get notes from. Cooper working out with the guards, is that by design? Is he going to be maybe on the perimeter more than we're anticipating?
Well, I think Cooper, there's a little bit of a misconception about who he is and what position he plays. Cooper's a guard. Just the fact that he blocks shots and he's 6'8" or 6'9", you try to. I think it's natural to pigeonhole him into a position when really for us he's a guard, even if we play four guards at the same time. And so his ball skills has been something we've worked hard at. He's developed. He's going to play and pick a role. He needs to play on the perimeter, and then he also can post and do all that too. But to me, he is a guard. That's who he is.
Coach, we appreciate you for taking the time. 30 seconds or less here because we're up against it. Did JJ Redick reach out for any coaching advice?
No. JJ's completely fine. He doesn't need my advice. But me and him we've spoken, which has been great. I'm excited for him, but no, he doesn't need any advice from me.
What are those conversations about then? Is it just like, are you just sharing baseline inbounds plays?
Well, I think both of us have empathy for the pressure you can feel or the expectations, right? I mean,
Lakers
you're
and Duke.
Coach of the Lakers and coach at Duke. And, we're thinking back to when he hosted me on an official visit when I was 16 and he's graduating, like just to think that we're in this position now. But I'm rooting for him like crazy.
Coach, we appreciate it and good luck this season.
Thanks so much, Tim.